If you haven't already, please go ahead and click on the subscribe button, and while you're at it, click on that little bell too. What's up everybody, it's me E-Man from E-Man's Movie Reviews. 2019 is here and there are a bunch of movies coming out this year that'll probably be really fun to watch. However, only some of those movies have got me extremely excited. So after going through all the movies that are coming up for 2019, I'm gonna give you my top 10 most anticipated films of the year. By the end of this video, let me know if any of these made your most anticipated list as well, or if there were some that made your list but not mine. Before we begin, I'd like to announce the winner of the last giveaway contest from my previous video. Congratulations to the Slinger of Truth. Please contact me by sending me a private message on YouTube or by visiting my About section, and get in touch with me on some other social media platform so that I can get your mailing information. Alright, so let's just get right into it. Coming in at number 10, we have It, Chapter 2. I was a fan of the TV movies, even though they do feel incredibly dated today. And as a fan of horror movies, I was interested to see if they could pull off a more modern version with It Chapter 1. To my surprise, it was actually pretty enjoyable, and I love this new version of Pennywise too. Plus, the cast for It Chapter 2 looks rock solid, and I'm very optimistic in seeing how this is going to turn out. Coming in at number 9, we have Toy Story 4. Toy Story has a very special place in many people's hearts as an animated film. Tom Hanks and Tim Allen have been just great as Woody and Buzz, and the stories from this franchise have been something most people can relate to if you had toys and an imagination as a child. Supposedly, this sequel is going to be the final chapter in the tale of these toys, and judging by the comments from the cast in recent interviews, this sequel is going to be a real tearjerker. Coming in at number 8, Spider-Man Far From Home. If you're a Marvel fan, then you're going to be in line to see this regardless. Spider-Man Homecoming was a fresh new take on Spider-Man with some help from Marvel Studios. Tom Holland captured a great Spider-Man and Peter Parker and made the film overall pretty fun to watch. Not only will Spider-Man Far From Home finally introduce who I believe will be a fantastic villain in the character of Mysterio, but they've also cast the amazing talent of Jake Gyllenhaal to play the role. Besides all of that, this will also be the very first movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe that takes place after the events of Avengers Endgame. So naturally, a lot of Marvel fans will want to see what direction will the MCU take after those events happen. Coming in at number 7, BRIGHTBURN. Most of us know about the story of Superman and how he crash landed on Earth and was raised by some kind, loving folks. Well, BRIGHTBURN seems to be taking that story and flipping it completely on its head. Imagine if that alien baby didn't grow up to be some superhero, but instead a complete and utter nightmare. Produced by James Gunn, BRIGHTBURN looks like it'll really have an interesting twist that'll be fun to watch. I just cannot wait to see how they're going to make this work. Coming in at number 6, Joker. Warner Brothers and DC hit some bumps in the road with some disappointing films. So as a course of redirection, they've opted to go with a safer route by doing solo films such as Joker. One of the reasons I'm highly anticipating this film is because it's not going to be bogged down by the Zack Snyder DCEU storyline. That means we're going to get a fresh take and perspective on the character of the Joker. Plus, Joaquin Phoenix is a brilliant actor who I believe is well qualified to finally give a performance that may even rival the epic portrayal of Joker by Heath Ledger in The Dark Knight. The pressure will surely be on for Phoenix to fill those big clown shoes, and I'm really excited to see if he can measure up. Coming in at number 5, Captain Marvel. While I will admit the character of Captain Marvel doesn't particularly excite me, her inclusion into the MCU certainly does. Captain Marvel debuts right before Avengers Endgame, and the movie is sure to introduce a lot more information for the future of the MCU. With the introduction of the Skrulls, there's a lot of potential that we could get a hint of an even bigger Marvel story, such as Secret Invasion or Secret Wars, or something close to it. Either way, if you've been riding along the Marvel train for the past 10 years, there's no way you're going to miss this, and I know I won't either. Coming in at number 4, Us. Jordan Peele made his directorial debut with the movie Get Out. That film showed us that Jordan Peele had a great sense of societal and psychological horror. Now the movie Us seems to echo a bit of something similar, but with a different and deeper message. The trailer itself looks really creepy and the premise seems just mysterious enough that I think I know what's going on, but I'm really not too sure. It doesn't look like it's going to be talking about race like Get Out did. However, it does look like it's going to have something to do with the scary part of ourselves that we are afraid to deal with. Either way, I'm super excited to see what this movie is going to deliver. Coming in at number 3, John Wick 3. The first John Wick is becoming like a cult classic, and John Wick 2 was even more fun than the first one. So it's only natural to assume that John Wick 3 could potentially be an even bigger and better movie. What I love about this franchise is that it knows exactly what it is and what works so well about it. So we're going to more than likely get more insane action, and you know what? I am here all for it. Coming in at number 2, Star Wars Episode 9. After the highly debated Star Wars The Last Jedi, Star Wars Episode 9 is certainly going to be one of the most highly anticipated movies of the year. Whether you hated The Last Jedi or loved it, many people, I believe, will be curious enough to see if Episode 9 will either fix or continue what happened from The Last Jedi. Personally, I love The Last Jedi, so it won't really bother me either way they go about things. I also think that with J.J. Abrams at the helm, he's a pretty safe director who tends to give people what they want to see. So I'm pretty confident and excited that Abrams may be the key in bringing both sides of the Star Wars divide together with what seems like the final chapter in this long saga. Before we get to our number 1, let's just do a quick honorable mention, and I gotta say, it's gonna be The Lion King. The original Lion King was probably, in my opinion, one of Disney's best animated films. It had good music, humor, and drama. Many people, including myself, are still a bit shook from the tragic scene that really made the film touch all of our hearts. So when news came out that there was a live action version of The Lion King happening, there was no doubt that this would make the must-see list for 2019. I suppose the only hesitation I have with this movie is that it's going to be a direct retelling of the story, and maybe there's nothing drastically new about it, but either way, I'm still going to go see it, and I can't wait for it. Alright, and without further ado, coming in at number 1 is Avengers Endgame. As if there was any doubt, Avengers Endgame is easily one of, if not the most highly anticipated movie for 2019. Avengers Infinity War certainly blew fans away and broke a ton of records in the box office sales. My excitement for Endgame is through the roof, and I'm sure that many people may feel the same way. It's one of the biggest superhero movies in history, and it will serve as the final climactic ending for a 10-year run of Marvel movies. Best of all, no one truly knows what's going to happen in the movie, and that level of secrecy is exactly why many fans are super excited to see this movie come out. Even the trailer didn't show you a thing except for people feeling boo-boo from the effects of the last movie. There's no doubt in my mind that Avengers Endgame will make $2 billion or more, break even more records, and probably be seen multiple times over and over and over again. Alright, well that's my list for the top 10 most anticipated movies of 2019. Let me know what you think in the comments down below about which movies you're really excited to see in 2019. Also, let me know if there are any movies that I might have missed or didn't make my list, but are probably on your own. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. I've got more reviews and videos to do for you all, and until next time, I'll see you guys later.